Beneath the rolling blue waves of our oceans live creatures that are as mysterious as they are magnificent. Among them, two stand out: the Napoleon fish, sometimes called the humphead rasa, and the opah, better known as the moonfish. These animals are not only fascinating in their appearance and biology, but also deeply tied to human culture, food, and conservation. To understand them is to take a journey into the intersection of science, tradition, and survival. Let us begin with the Napoleon fish. Picture yourself descending through clear, tropical waters in the Indo-Pacific. Suddenly, a giant shadow emerges from the coral reef, shimmering with greens and blues, its head crowned with a prominent hump. This is one of the largest reef fishes in the world, capable of growing over 2 meters long and weighing close to 200 kilograms. With thick lips, roving eyes, and that unmistakable forehead bump, the Napoleon fish is both regal and almost prehistoric in its look. Yet size is not the only reason divers and marine biologists are captivated. This fish has personality. In areas where it has not been overfished, the Napoleon fish approaches humans with curiosity. Divers report them pressing gently against a hand or nudging for attention, almost like a dog that wants to be petted. Such behavior hints at a surprising level of intelligence rare in reef fish. Some individuals even seem to recognize the same divers across different encounters, suggesting memory and awareness beyond instinct. But behind this gentle interaction lies an ecological heavyweight. The Napoleon fish is one of the few predators that can consume dangerous reef pests such as crown-of-thorns starfish. These spiny creatures can devastate coral reefs if their populations explode unchecked. By preying on them, the Napoleon fish plays a critical role in maintaining the health of coral ecosystems. Without them, entire reef systems could collapse under the weight of starfish outbreaks. The life of a Napoleon fish is slow and steady. They can live more than 30 years, but do not reach reproductive maturity until 5 to 7 years of age. This slow life cycle makes them extremely vulnerable to overfishing. A single large adult taken from the reef represents decades of growth and ecological service. In some parts of Southeast Asia, demand for live Napoleon fish in the luxury restaurant trade has caused numbers to plummet. On the other hand, in marine protected areas, such as the Great Barrier Reef or certain Red Sea sanctuaries, their populations are rebounding, showing us that conservation can work if given a chance. Their colors change across life stages. Juveniles are pale green with 2 dark lines trailing behind the eye. Females, whether young or old, often appear reddish-orange above and white below. Males glow with electric blues and greens, decorated with intricate markings that look almost hand-painted. These changes do not just mark age, but also signal sex transitions. For Napoleon fish, females can change into males if social conditions demanded, a remarkable adaptation that ensures their population always has enough breeding males. At night, they retreat into caves within the reef, wedging themselves between rocks for protection. In the still darkness, their massive forms lie motionless, waiting for the morning light to stir again. Far from the coral reefs where the Napoleon fish reigns in the open blue deserts of the sea, swims another extraordinary creature, the opah, also known as the moonfish. Where the Napoleon is massive yet familiar, tied to reefs and divers, the opah feels otherworldly. Imagine a fish shaped like a perfect disc, glowing in shades of rose orange and silver, its long pectoral fins trailing like wings as it soars through the deep pelagic waters. Unlike most fish, the opah is warm-blooded. Scientists discovered only recently that its body maintains a temperature several degrees above the surrounding water, thanks to a unique system of countercurrent heat exchange in its gills. This adaptation allows the Opah to remain active in the cold depths where many predators slow down. With this built-in engine, it can chase prey, react quickly, and dominate a niche where few others can compete. Opah can reach impressive sizes, some over 2 meters long and weighing more than 200 kilograms. Their large golden eyes scan the open sea for squid, small fish, and jellyfish, the staples of their diet. Unlike reef fish that live within clearly defined ecosystems, the Opah is a wanderer. It drifts along ocean currents, diving deep by day and rising closer to the surface at night, following the vertical migrations of its prey. Because of its lifestyle, catching an Opah is no small feat. Fishermen typically encounter them as bycatch in tuna and swordfish long-line fisheries. When one is hauled aboard, the crew often marvels at its vibrant colors and its round, almost moon-like silhouette. For chefs, however, the real wonder lies inside. The Opah is a treasure chest of different meat textures in one animal, the firm steak-like top loin perfect for grilling, the softer belly with a delicate buttery flavor, and the rosy cheek meat often compared to tuna. This variety makes the Opah a dream ingredient in fine dining kitchens, especially across Hawaii and Japan. But beyond its culinary value, the Opah offers scientists a living puzzle. Its ability to regulate body heat is extremely rare among fish. It stands alongside tunas, lamnid sharks, and billfish as one of the ocean's few endothermic hunters. Yet the Opah takes it further. It warms its entire body, not just select muscles or organs. This discovery, published in 2015, changed our understanding of what fish are capable of, forcing marine biologists to rethink the boundaries between cold-blooded and warm-blooded life. From a cultural standpoint, the Opah is also wrapped in mystery. In Hawaiian tradition, it has been considered a good luck fish, often given as a gift to neighbors or honored guests. Its radiant body and round shape inspired names like moonfish, linking it to celestial symbolism. In modern markets, demand for its meat has grown, but because it is usually caught unintentionally, there is still much debate on how to manage its fishery sustainably. Like the Napoleon fish guarding reefs, the Opah plays a role in balancing ecosystems. By feeding on mid-water prey, it connects the energy flow from the twilight zone to higher predators, including humans. Both species, though very different, remind us how diverse and surprising marine life can be. One anchored to coral, the other roaming open seas, yet both essential threads in the fabric of the ocean. Catching an Opah is not like pulling up a net full of mackerel or hauling cod pots from the seabed. The Opah is a pelagic wanderer found in open waters far from shore, often hundreds of meters deep. Fishermen usually encounter it by chance as bycatch in tuna and swordfish long-line operations. Imagine setting out lines that stretch for miles, baited with squid or sardines, hoping for tuna, and instead a massive shimmering disc rises from the depths. That's the surprise of the Opah. When brought on deck, its colors seem unreal. Deep rose blending into orange fins glowing violet, and sides dusted with white spots. But for all its beauty, the Opah is also heavy and difficult to handle. Crews often use specialized hoists to lift it, careful not to damage its delicate flesh. Because each fish is so valuable, every step matters, from bleeding and icing it quickly, to storing it in deep cold to preserve its quality for chefs and markets. In kitchens, the Opah is a revelation. Unlike most fish, it offers multiple cuts with distinct textures, almost like a cow or pig does on land. The top loin is dense, firm, and steak-like, favored for grilling or broiling. The belly is silky and rich, perfect for sashimi or delicate pan searing. Even the cheek muscles, small compared to the body, are prized for their tenderness. This variety allows chefs to craft menus where one fish becomes several experiences. Across Hawaii, opah has become a symbol of culinary creativity. Local chefs prepare it raw as poke pan-seared with tropical fruit sauces, or smoked for bold flavors. In Japan, it sometimes appears at sushi counters, its deep pink flesh resembling tuna, yet offering a subtler sweetness. And in fine dining restaurants across Europe and North America, opah has gained fame for its versatility, a single catch feeding dozens of diners with dishes that range from rustic to refined. But with popularity comes responsibility. Marine scientists emphasize that sustainable management is critical. Because opah are often caught unintentionally, tracking their populations is difficult. If demand rises too quickly, unregulated harvests could put pressure on a species we still barely understand. This is why many fisheries now experiment with selective gear and better data collection, ensuring that the moonfish's role in the ocean remains secure. The opah reminds us that seafood is never just food. It's science, culture, and stewardship wrapped into one story. From the mysterious biology that makes it warm-blooded to the artistry of chefs who transform it into unforgettable meals, the opah proves how deeply our lives are tied to the ocean's wonders. While the opah dazzles chefs and fishermen with its vibrant colors and unique flesh, it also serves as a reminder of the fragility of marine ecosystems. These fish, like the Napoleon Bonaparte, are part of delicate webs where one species' decline can ripple across entire reefs or pelagic food chains. Both play vital ecological roles. The Napoleon Bonaparte as a guardian against destructive crown-of-thorns starfish on coral reefs, and the opah as a mid-level predator regulating squid and smaller fish populations in the open ocean. Conservationists warn that slow-growing, long-lived fish are especially vulnerable to overfishing. The Napoleon Bonaparte, for example, can live for more than 30 years, but takes half a decade just to reach maturity. A single over-harvested season could take decades to recover from. That is why many marine reserves, particularly in the Red Sea and Pacific, now protect these reef giants. Diving with them is often worth far more to local economies than catching them. The opah's story is slightly different. Because it is often caught unintentionally, researchers still know little about its breeding grounds, migratory routes, or population trends. This lack of data poses a challenge. How do you manage a fishery when the basic biology is still a mystery? Some initiatives now use satellite tagging and genetic sampling to build a clearer picture. The results are promising, revealing that opah migrate across huge distances, connecting multiple ocean basins. That makes international cooperation essential if we want to keep their numbers stable. At the same time, cultural traditions add another layer of meaning. In Polynesia, large round fish like the opah were symbols of prosperity and were sometimes used in ceremonies. In many Arctic and Pacific communities, reef giants like the Napoleon Bonaparte, or moonfish, represented abundance and connection to the sea. Today, those traditions live on not only in rituals, but also in the respect fishermen show when handling these catches. Modern consumers also play a role. Each time we order seafood, we make choices that either encourage sustainable practices or fuel exploitation. By supporting fisheries that use selective gear, avoid overharvest, and report catches responsibly, we ensure that the beauty of an opah or the majesty of a Napoleon Bonaparte is not lost to future generations. Ultimately, both species remind us that food is never just about eating. It is a story about how people interact with the ocean, about technology, meeting tradition, and about respect for ecosystems that sustain us all. From the coral reefs where the Napoleon Bonaparte patrols, with its intelligent gaze, to the vast blue depths where the Opah glides like a fiery disk. These two species reveal very different yet interconnected stories. One thrives close to the vibrant reefs, helping maintain balance by feeding on crown-of-thorns starfish, while the other cruises through the open ocean, showcasing the rare ability of a fish to keep its body warm in icy waters. Both demonstrate the extraordinary diversity and ingenuity of marine life. Yet their stories are also human stories. For divers, the Napoleon Bonaparte is a symbol of awe and curiosity, a living reminder of the ocean's capacity to form bonds with us. For chefs and diners, the Opah represents creativity, versatility, and culinary elegance. In each fillet, in each dish, carefully seared or grilled, lies the work of fishermen who braved the open ocean and the knowledge of artisans who respected every detail of the animal. But as the world demands more seafood, the question arises, how do we balance our appetite with stewardship? The answer lies in conscious choices, supporting sustainable fisheries, honoring indigenous traditions that waste nothing, and respecting the slow rhythms of species that take years to mature. It lies in valuing the cultural ceremonies, the whispered legends, and the quiet gratitude expressed after each successful catch. When we look into the intelligent eyes of a Napoleon Bonaparte or taste the rich flavor of an Opah steak, we are experiencing more than nature's gift. We are touching history, culture, and survival itself. And when communities pass down their knowledge of how to fillet, how to honor, how to share, they are preserving not just recipes or skills, but a way of life. So the next time you encounter these species, whether while diving in the Red Sea, dining in Hawaii, or reading about their remarkable traits, pause for a moment. Remember that behind every fish is an ecosystem. Behind every catch is centuries of knowledge, and behind every meal is the delicate balance between humanity and the ocean. This is not just the story of two fish. It is the story of resilience, of creativity, and of connection. A story that reminds us that the sea is not only a resource, but also a partner. One that will continue to nourish us, challenge us, and inspire us for as long as we respect it.